Hello everyone, it's almost afternoon, so good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. I am Dr. Keisha Davis. I am founder of AskPath, which is a service online for clinicians and patients to ask questions about any pathology laboratory biopsy needs. And I'm also founder of Dance Health Fitness LLC, which is a boutique, virtual and in-person fitness training, health resource that allows you to kind of take control of your health, understand what you need to do to get healthy mentally, physically, and spiritually. So right now I wanted to come in and do a twofer. This is important because hashtag coronavirus is going around, and it's important for us to understand from a pathologist perspective, and also the Dance Health Fitness. The reason why I wanted it and it has a unique edge to it is because as a pathologist, as a clinician, I understand the importance of health and disease, and it's all intertwined. If there's an epidemic or there's something major going on, it affects you mentally. It affects whether you're going to go out to the gym or you're going to be socially interactive. So you have to understand and take control. Unfortunately, in this day and age, people don't use these anymore. You see that? Books. Books are the most important resource, and the reason I say that is unless you know where you're going, if you're not going to CDC or .gov, if you're not going to a reputable peer-related source or looking at journal articles, then what you're looking at, you have to look at with face value. It's just like the old telephone adage. If you look at a source that's been handed down from one person and one person, that person is a layman, then words get changed, things get interpreted wrong, and then it's just something to pull you in and you read the site and you're going crazy, okay? If you're sitting at home, if you go to the grocery store, don't think, okay, all of a sudden I need to worry, I need to go into isolation. So I want to start from the basics in two things, okay? First, the path hat is on, and that is reading books and understand the basics. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull this out and literally prove to you to understand what a virus is, because some people are saying, I'm taking my antibacterials. A bacteria and a virus are two different things. So let's use the word pathogen. So I'm a pathologist. Pathologist is the understanding of disease and how it happens in the body and what occurs and why it occurs and what it looks like, what are the effects. So a pathogen is something that causes a disease or causes an altered state. And so a pathogen for us, let's use three categories, main three. There's, we got your viruses, your bacteria, you got your parasites, you got your funguses, and then like tapeworms and things like that, parasites, things that feed on you. Bacteria, if you remember back from school, bacteria, they are cells, they have their own cell, they have their own existence. They can live outside of the body. And then there's also healthy bacteria in our body. Viruses are the things that they are particles that have to live within another cell to exist, to make it. So that's the important thing is bacteria. When you say antibacterials, you're taking a medicine that's going to kill those cells that shouldn't be in your body or shouldn't be growing in your body wherever they are. A virus, unfortunately, goes inside your regular cells. So in order to kill it, you have to go inside your cell or try to target that specific virus so you're not also, killing your regular healthy cells. And the thing about viruses is there's families. So just like you have a family, you have your family reunion, you have your set, there are families, okay? So there are families of viruses. So when you say coronavirus, I'm looking at my book, my Henry's book. They have been around. I'll show you right here some of the common pathogens. Coronavirus has been around for a while, and you see respiratory viruses. But then you also notice that the 2009 H1N1, I'm going to turn it around. The 2009 H1N1 is a variant of a virus. So what happened is these viruses can change, a certain variant happens. So it's not like, okay, this virus has been around. Sometimes they change, and so you find a new, what we characterize as a subtype of a virus after a while it's been found. So we have to put it into its own type. So we call it the 2009 H1N1. With coronavirus, this family, it causes the common cold and has been causing the common cold. And then we had the outbreaks of SARS. So that was a variant of a coronavirus. So not the good one. So you got a family. Same thing. You have a family, right? You've got the grandmother, you've got the good people, and then you have these outliers, or sometimes people crash family reunions. So you got these people that shouldn't really be belonging, or say they're family, or you have that one family member that just is not going to change. So that's what happens. So these people always creep, these viruses types, the bad ones creep up. What pathology is always emerging, bacteriology is always emerging, things are changing. So if this thing did not exist, you can't expect the academic world to all of a sudden know what to do or react, because they have to type it. They have to figure, okay, makes this one different than the other one? Okay, so you got to figure out what it is, and then how do we treat it and how do we test it? So the reason why right now I'm in Houston, and we have this huge rodeo going on, but they're going to cancel the rodeo because they found a case. People can say that's extreme. But the thing you have to understand is that containment. First thing is, what you don't know doesn't hurt you, but what you don't know can also kill you or hurt you. So when you're dealing with an epidemic, or you're dealing with some huge outbreak that people don't know about, you have to err yourself in the caution. And that doesn't mean, okay, forget hanging out with friends, forget going to small things, or even going to work out. Be careful where you are. And large group things, the bigger the event you're at, the bigger the risk, right? So staying small, staying intimate, staying around people you know are healthy and don't have fevers, and doing the things you should always be doing, because people have viruses, infections that you don't know about that could kill you more than this one. So that's number one, is always staying safe, understanding that it's a virus, and then also understanding that they're saying 1% fatality rate. So that can mean two different things. 1% seems like nothing, right? If I have 5 hands, 1% is 1 out of 5 or something. If I have a million cases of something, 1% can mean a lot more. That's thousands of people that could be hurt or dying. And number two, what you don't know can hurt you. There are people, like we say, carriers. The reason why when you're sick or you have a fever and you may be mild, but you know you have something that's contagious, if you don't stay home, the person who is immunocompromised, the person who cells, meaning their cells, their healthy cells are not able to fight an infection like yours are, which is why you're walking around and alive, can affect them more, and they can become very, very sick, is you prevent yourself from spreading it. So if something is more infectious than the other, this virus, aerosol spraying, not just looking at you, but the aerosol droplets, not washing your hands, certain contact, and you spread it to someone, is it spreading faster and faster and faster and faster and faster? And the fact that people don't know that they're having it and we're still going around spreading it is making it become where you're seeing it in one state, in one state, in one state. So we don't know. That's the problem, is we don't know. So what do you do in a case that you don't know? You first look and see, how bad is it? If it's bad, and yes, people are dying, and there still is a percentage of people dying, then yes, that means that you have to take drastic action. Would you rather wait and see, and then more people die, and then you have a loved one sick? Or would you rather take a precaution that may help you? So there was actually a graph, and the graph is not this graph, but it was what is called like a curve. And it showed what is happening. Like one of the curves was a big hump, and it's showing that, okay, what happens when the peak of people getting sick and dying and infected, if you don't suppress it or treat it. What happened in China originally is that the government tried to hide it, so people were still shedding it and sharing it. Versus a smaller little peak, imagine that, a little hump, if you do the precautions and you just maintain it. Meaning, let it run its course. Unfortunately, the people that are sick. Don't let them shed it and keep spreading it. And then that way, it decreases this outbreak that we're having. So that's important to understand. Okay. So again, it's a virus. Okay. It is in the family of coronaviruses. It's not the coronavirus, but it's in a family. Now we're just like the one of 2009. Now this is COVID-19. And it's something that can cause disease, can be bad. So yes, you have to take precautions. And the reason why large outbreaks is they know that somebody that has it got sick at that place. So everybody that was there needs to think, okay, maybe I have it. Now, this thing about testing last, since I'm a pathologist, go out and get a test. That's what everyone thinks. I can just go out and get a test. Okay. Just like most testing, everything has to go through strict rules, regulations. And not even that, now that people are able, and certain labs are able to now do the testing, it's providing the testing. This is not easy to just make this. It's just like, there's a huge toy on sale during Christmas and everybody wants it and they're not understanding why it's out. Well, production can't keep up with the demand. So now production can't keep up the demand and then all the supplies to make it. You want it to be clean. You want it to be correct. You don't want to have any issues. The testing in the lab is very stringent. And then you have to have the people to run the test. So now something that's normally not done, that's now new, now you've got to increase the staff. Now you have to increase the test, the kit, you have to get it out. And then everyone's thinking they should be testing. They have to have rules. So right now they may change it. One day it may be, you have to have this criteria. You have to be in contact with someone. Well, yeah, the problem with in contact is you don't know if the person you're in contact had it. You don't know, what exactly. So having the symptoms could be one thing, and then being in contact may be another rule. So there's a lot of things that are a factor into getting this test. And then just to tell you, the test that they're using is you're looking at a part of this virus. So the way it's made, and SNAP testing is a type of testing which is nucleic acid testing. And you remember DNA is nucleic acid, RNA, nucleic acid. One's deoxy and the other one is ribo. So the genetic makeup of the virus, they're looking at it to see, yes, you have this particular one. And the testing that we're doing is through PCR, which is polymerase chain reaction, and it's run. You can even Google PCR, but make sure you're looking on the right sources. And it's run in a little tube, and there's a machine, and then it's able to say if this person's specimen has the correct sequence or whatever that matches this coronavirus COVID-19. So if it does, then it's a positive test. So can imagine the test takes time, running it, interpreting it, having all the staff. So there's a lot of things in factor. So now I'm going to put on my fitness hat and say a couple of things. I always stay mentally aware. I always make sure that I know what's going on and correct facts. Always go to reputable sources, please. If you don't understand a textbook, don't have a library, go to the library. Just stay aware. I mean, it's a library. You can catch things anywhere. So you have to stay aware. At this point, no, you don't have to become a hermit, but, prepare yourself, be cautious, but also exercise. In an outbreak in some tents like this, the thing is to shut down. You can't shut down. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving. You have to keep being healthy and happy and active. And I offer that type of source. I still go to the gym. I still do those things, but virtual fitness is key. Virtual fitness allows you to take a workout, be trained. I mean, I have my stuff right here. If you ever have a question, if you ever just want, a 20-minute break, I offer all that stuff through my Trainerize site. I also do post videos and things like that. I'll also show you really quick, and I will do that in another video, is on the site. So if you ever go to my Dance Health Fitness Trainerize site, you will be able to see literally like an overview. You would log on, you would see a little bit about me, my account, and like as a patient, as a I'm always getting my hats mixed. As a client, you're able to see exactly what you're doing for the day, your calendar. I always have tidbits of information, quotes, or a plan, even a little bit of cool down, stretching, things like that. And then Zoom. So I have virtual class Mondays, please. On Zoom, I have recordings, and literally you can get the recording after you take the class. You can check yourself out. I'm always a stickler for technique, so you can look at it and see what things you were doing right, what things you can improve, and use that. And also, it's a way, if you have a friend that's on the other side of town and now you can't travel, go on to Zoom. Tell them to meet you on Zoom on virtual class Mondays or many of my other classes. The more demand I have, the more classes I can offer. You want a 5 a.m. class? That's perfect. You can meet your friend on Zoom. So again, take care of your health, become aware, get the right and correct information, and always stay healthy and fit.